Hey everybody, welcome to a new recording talking a bit about what's currently going on in my life. A lot of people have probably already known or heard that I'm back in Germany, and still a lot of people ask me like why exactly I left Korea. And the reason is actually quite simple. Originally I was supposed to stay in Korea for 3 months, and well, back then I got the chance to commentate for GOM in the GSL. And went over, was thinking about maybe staying a little bit longer, maybe 3-4 months, and talked to them. They wanted me to stay for a bit longer, cast a couple of seasons. And from that point on, it just like went from one season to another. And in the end, I now stayed 3 years, and I just decided that 3 years were enough because I already knew from the beginning that I wouldn't stay in Korea for the rest of my life. Don't get me wrong, Korea is absolutely awesome. I love being there. It's a super fun country, especially if you're single and you're flexible. You can go to Seoul, you can have a blast there with your friends, and it has a great nightlife. It's very, very convenient in general. But at the same time, I always knew that I wouldn't want to grow old in Korea. The horror for me would be like to just like maybe start a family there and have children, raise children there, just because the difference in culture is like so gigantic that you don't really want to do that. So being in Korea is absolutely awesome. Staying in Korea for the rest of my life is something that I knew right at the start I wouldn't want to do. And that affects actually a lot of the decisions that you make. For example, at the beginning I was staying at the GOM house, so I was still living with the players that came over to practice in Korea and to participate in the GSL. And then after, I think roughly a year, I got my own apartment. And when you get your own apartment, there's already one of those points where you have to make a couple of decisions and where it's becoming a huge deal if you know that you won't stay in a country. Because if you look, for example, at furniture and just a few things that you want to buy, you always have to think about, okay, what do I really want to commit here? How much do I want to spend for something like this? Is it something that can I take back over to Germany with me later on when I leave, or to Europe in general? Or is it just something that I will have to sell? Pretty big example would be not only screens and monitors, but like also a cross trainer. The entire time I wanted to get myself a cross trainer, not one of these small things, but I actually wanted to buy one that is kind of on the same level of the equipment that you get at the gym, which is usually pretty expensive, but it's also quite big and heavy. And you can't simply ship something like that over to Europe. It's super expensive, it's a huge hassle. So that was one of the things where I said, okay, while I'm staying in Korea, I'm not gonna get that. And the same is true for a lot of other things like furniture in general and just stuff like that. So that was a decision that I made back then already, and I just decided after 3 years it was time for me to go back to Europe. I'm not quite sure if I will stay in Germany forever, but I'm definitely going to stay here for the next few years, and then I'm going to make a decision if I want to move somewhere else. But right now I have the opportunity to finally get myself all these things that I wanted to get back then, and in Korea just didn't do because of what I just mentioned. So Korea is a lot of fun, but after 3 years it was just a decision to go back. I actually stayed a lot longer than at the beginning I thought I would, not only because I was commentating for GOM, but also because I met a lot of awesome people in Korea. I was playing football, soccer with my friends over there on a regular basis. It was actually like really a blast. They were one of the main reasons why I stayed until the end of the summer. But by now, since last week's, I think Thursday, I'm back in Germany now, currently at a friend's place, hijacked his living room and also his internet connection in Mannheim, thanks to Alex, just because my dad still doesn't have proper internet. I think he's actually getting a wireless network now this weekend, but yeah, at the beginning when I came over here, I needed a place to just crash at the start, to like have my computer here, my setup, to record a few videos and also do a couple of live streams. So for everybody who was asking in the past, hey, when you come back to Europe, are you stopping doing esports commentary? Do you do something completely different then? The answer is no. I'll still be doing the same thing. In the apartment that I'm trying to currently get, the decision will be made within the next few days, and if everything goes well, I can move in next week. I will definitely have one room where I can then set up my PC, a little bit of a studio for the live streaming, to create YouTube videos and everything connected with that. And I'm really looking forward to it, because the problem that I always had in Korea with these things is that the time difference between Asia and Europe, and then of course to America, is absolutely annoying. For me to cast a European tournament, I would have to wake up in the middle of the night and then cast throughout the entire night, and it just screws you up with your schedule. You don't have a regular schedule, and that's something that I can now do in Europe. I can go and stream on a regular basis at the prime times for Europe and decent times for America. I can put out regular YouTube content as well, and all these things, that's just stuff that I'm really looking forward to doing right now. I didn't become a commentator coming to Korea. I was commentating Warcraft 3 already for about 10 years at that time, and then transitioned to StarCraft 2. So I'm basically doing the same thing that I've always done, and I won't change that. As long as I can make a living being in esports, being part of esports, I'll definitely do that. I love it. It's really what drives me. I really love that. Just seeing the teams and the players evolve over time, strategies, meta change, the game itself change, and just the competitive scene. It's something that I always loved and that I will pursue for as long as I can. So that's the goal right now. I'm really looking forward to set up an apartment as soon as I find one. For now, I'm definitely going to stay in the area here, Ludwigshafen and Mannheim. It's where I went to university. I grew up in a small town just barely 20 kilometers away from here, so I have a lot of family in the area, I have friends in the area as well, and for the next few years I'm definitely going to stay here. After that, I'll probably have to make a decision where exactly I want to go, if I want to stay in Germany or go to another European country. Nothing's really set in stone just yet, I'm pretty flexible in that regard. And as you all know, life is what happens while you're making other plans. So that's just the current idea that I have, and things can definitely change, might change with the next few months and years. But that's the rough idea of what's happening with me in Germany in the foreseeable future. One of the things that I would also really like to do is interact a bit more with you guys. So if you have any questions about what I'm doing now, about what my plans are, maybe about the games that I'll be casting, like StarCraft 2, like Heroes of the Storm, definitely write comments in the YouTube video. I want to try and interact a lot more with my community here, and of course if you have any questions then just post them there and I will answer them in the next video. I want to do a bit more of a regular streaming schedule and also regular YouTube videos, and one of the things that I really would like to do is just post a bit more about myself and let you people know what I've been doing during the week, what I think I'm going to do the next week, like bigger things that are happening in my life, and answering questions if there are any. So if you want to know something, post it in the comments on YouTube. Upvote the video if you would like to see more stuff like this now that I'm back in Germany, and of course always subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't done that just yet. I have quite a lot of plans for the next few weeks and months, and I'm definitely going to reveal a lot more as soon as I have my apartment. So if you guys want to know anything in particular, once again, let me know. And I guess that's it for now. I hope that you guys will watch the YouTube videos that I post out in the next few weeks and months. And of course, also check out the live channel on Twitch. And I guess that's it for now. So boys, thank you very much for tuning in today. I hope that you enjoyed that small glimpse in what's going on right now with me. And I see you in the next video on the next live stream. Have a good day. Bye-bye.